Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 12 Days of Security with Bright Security. My name is Akira Brand. I am your host for today. Today, I am joined by Senad Cavkusic. And Senad, I'm curious if you can tell us what you do here at Bright a little bit and give us a little bit of your background.
Okay, currently I work as a senior security researcher, pen tester. Previously, I work for MOD of Bosnia and Herzegovina. I work in a cyber security department. I also work as a developer for some time. I think it's really important for security if you have some coding skills. So I try to put it all together in one way, and that would be it probably.
Nice. Yeah, I hear you on the needing to have coding skills, especially in application security. If you're speaking with developers, it's good to be able to
Yeah.
speak the language.
Yes, so many courses if you want to try to get in this area, push yourself, for example, like CH course or some others, they will tell you that coding skills is not that necessary. But I don't agree with this because how would you be able to breach into something if you are not able to read it?
Right. Exactly. Like, how can you remediate
Yeah.
these problems if you can't find them in the first place? That
Yeah,
makes perfect sense. So, Sana, tell me, what happened this year in cybersecurity that really stood out to you?
it's really hard to tell that something is really studied because uh, from Stuxnet, from my point of view, Stuxnet is the largest cyber attack that ever happened because it produced kinetic disasters. So if we look around ourselves, we can see that this year was, in my opinion, one of the year where we faced the most DDoS or DOS attack. And those attacks are just brute forcing attacks, like, or attacks or attacks with where you try to push something in force. But for much glance attacks, you have to push your brains more into that, like logical attacks or something like that. So we see that there were Twitter, if I remember, they were breach on Twitter. They stole more than 5 million data. There were lapsus attack. They're all huge attacks, but it's just those attacks just become something like convenient.
Mm,
Yeah. It's not
right.
something that which produce the wow effect in your, because we live with that. It's kind of normal thing today.
Mm,
What is the more interesting thing in whole this is that organizations have become more aware of those kind of breaches, those kind of attacks from 2019, from
mm.
when COVID started. Those kind of attacks are getting much, let's say, broadband.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
largest.
sounds like oh, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. It's,
What I was gonna say is it sounds like that there's these sort of brute force attacks, and then now businesses are becoming aware of this, so it's not as much of a not that it's not a big deal, but there's more safeguards, right?
yeah.
And meanwhile, you have these more and more sophisticated attacks that businesses are maybe not necessarily prepared for. And that's very interesting to kind of watch the progression of brute force to sophisticated logic-based attacks.
Yes, but I mentioned Stuxnet. Even Stuxnet started with social engineering, but
Mhm.
after that, they were included much sophisticated attack in a way of logic, because they had to change machines in through PLC devices and something like that. They had to change logic of the whole thing, of the whole infrastructure, how it works. But if we talks about DDoS or attacks like brute forcing, it's just send your requests and try to get it through.
Yeah, those brute force attacks are no joke.
Yeah, I agree, but it's not very often that just they are successful.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, they're definitely a little bit, they're not you're right, they're not as successful. People are more equipped for them, and yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
it's much easier if you try to do something like phishing attack where people will give you access to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because in whole this chain, man is the uh, biggest target, and always much easier to hack man, to hack people, to hack human than to hack machine.
Yeah, absolutely. That human element can be a very serious point of failure.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we are playing on emotion when we do
Yes.
this kind of attack.
Yep. And people don't necessarily make decisions based on logic, they make decisions based on emotion, and
Yeah.
yeah. So kind of on that note, maybe this will be a challenge that you face, I'm not sure, but I'm curious what challenges that you faced this year, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Well, when you work in this area, in pen testing or security researching, you have challenges every day, all the time, and those challenges push you through it because you have to learn new stuff every day. So that's the main challenge. If you want to be on track, you have to learn to read every day, and there is no thing that you can say, okay, I learned it, I know it, and that's it, because every day someone may came with new payload, with new stuff, new way of attack. So
Mm,
every day is challenge in this field.
mm.
So
Sounds like kind of that continuous learning
yeah, it's kind of
aspect.
loop when
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
into it. It's kind of loop. And if you want to be with somewhere in this business, uh, you're not able to go out of this loop.
Yeah, no, totally. You can't just check out. You got to be
Yeah.
current. I'm curious actually what kinds of things that you like to read and how you like to stay on top of these on top of this new information.
If, first of all, you Google is the most important thing because you can find everything on Google. So
Yes.
after that, uh, in my opinion, the most important thing in all this thing is to know what you want to find, what to know how to search for things. And
Mm,
if you're able to stay to fit into something that you like, you cannot be expert in development, expert in the pen testing, expert in everything. Try to be expert in one thing, and
mm,
and you will success in it. Just you have to give yourself some time, and by the time if you pushed hard, if you learned those stuff every day, you will be there definitely.
that makes sense. Like you have to have that laser focus
Yeah,
combined with a lot of patience.
yeah, exactly.
Mm, that
That's what
makes
I mean.
that makes sense. So as far as next year goes, this upcoming year, 2023, what do you
But,
predict is going to happen in the cyber world?
well, it's really hard to predict anything today because stuff changes every day. But if we go back to the World War II, we can see that uh, they were running for the nuclear power.
Mm-hmm.
But today it's AI, by my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. So
Mm-hmm.
AI becomes something that is involved, that will be involved in all branches
Mm-hmm.
and also in the cybersecurity things.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have kind of scanners that work on base coding, But tomorrow we will have AI scanners, AI stuff that will be able to search something just like human. That's just how I thought we face the chat GPT. It's really interesting thing, but uh, I think that after some time it will be much higher.
Yeah. And I know AI is a very hot topic right now because there's the one extreme that says AI is coming for all of us, it's going to take all our jobs and
Yeah,
that, and
exactly.
then there's the other extreme, which is AI is just really basic, um, essentially statistic modeling, and
Yeah.
it's not anything that's all that groundbreaking. So I'm curious if you fall in between these two extremes, and maybe you can tell us a bit about your opinion of like the good parts of AI and the bad parts of AI.
Well, by my opinion, a good points of AI is that uh, we can use it for to make our life easier, just like we use current technology, just like we use IT in current jobs and stuff like that. So we now we can easier do many stuff than our parents could do before, like
Mm-hmm.
in any kind of business, in any kind of branch. But and that's where the AI will give it contributing to push it more.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that we will be more reliable on that than we
Mm-hmm.
are now on current IT. What is the bad thing in all this is, like Elon Musk said, that AI could beat us in some ways. So
Right.
yeah, if it get to that level of point, it could be a disaster.
Yeah. I think that there's that kind of the word is the singularity, right? And if
Yeah,
we cross that threshold, then humans sort of become irrelevant.
yeah, I agree totally.
Yeah. So my last question for you
Yeah,
is what security gift do you want for the holidays?
that security gift, I don't know. Uh, it's really hard question because I I I spend so much time in this, and I really cannot say that I want that. What I want that Bright become first dust tool, dust scanner in the world in the next year. Maybe that.
That seems like a good one. Hey, and it would benefit all of us. So
Yeah, exactly.
absolutely. All right. Well, Senad, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
To
you
our
very
listeners,
much.
we've been speaking with Senad. And thank you again so much for tuning in to our 12 days of security. And we will see you all next time. Thanks again.
Thank you.